2, 3. Okay. Hi, everyone. I have 2 questions for you. First question is, how many of you knew what they wanted to do in life when they were 18? Please raise your hand. Okay. And for those who knew, how many knew which studies they had to do to reach their goal? 1 person, 2, okay, 3. So we are 3 in this room who knew. No worries for the other ones, I was one of you. I didn't know. I didn't know what to do when I was 18. And I remember, so I was in high school, and I wanted to do international relations. I was a good student. And in France, there is a really good college for international relations called Sciences Po. I knew about Sciences Po 3 months before the entrance exam. 3 months. You can see how complicated it is when you know that people train during 2 years for this entrance exam. So I went to Sorbonne. Sorbonne is great. It's a good university, right? I mean, it's famous around the world. I knew about Sorbonne on the internet. And I'm from Paris. You see? And then I got my master's degree in international relations, finally. And I've just noticed that after a few working experience, that I was like, oh, what if I got lucky to be there? I mean, I have merit, yes, but to get the good information at the good time is luck sometimes, or birth, I would say. So I wanted to give back to my community and to those young people from underserved backgrounds who didn't know or who didn't have the tools. And that's why I joined the collective Different Leaders that Yasmine is going to present after.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Yasmine Chalf. A bit as Hakim, I am also the first of my family to graduate from university. And that came with a lot of challenges, as Hakim described, lack of information asymmetry. And that's the reason why I decided to join the collective as an ambassador and community organizer. The stories that Hakim just told you and my story too are not exceptions. There are so many people, so many young people that have to give up on their dreams before even being able to try. And this is the reason why the collective Different Leaders was created in 2014. So just to tell you a bit more about what this collective is and what we do there. So it is a collective of 140 students and professionals that joined because they wanted to have a positive impact on the society and also, be able to have to develop inclusive leadership. In order to do so, the collective Different Leaders there are 2 aspects in the collective. The first part is the training. So we are trained to be able to understand the challenges around inclusive, responsible, and ethical leadership. We have trainings, for instance, just to give you an example, to understand non-discriminatory managerial practices, to be able to identify, to learn, and to correct discrimination in the management, for instance. As the second aspect of what we do as a collective, we are also organized into 3 different teams. Each one is focused on one of the issues that we have identified. The first one being, as we talked about, the lack of information when it comes to deciding what to do after high school. The second one is being the financing your studies in the higher education system, because it can be quite expensive, especially if you come from an underserved background. And the third one is the International Day for Equal Opportunities. We use those teams to do advocacy work and to call on decision makers about those topics, either through our own campaigns or through our already existing initiative, such as the U7. I just mentioned a few seconds ago the International Day of Equal Opportunities, and we use this day as a platform as a tool to strengthen democracy in France and in the world. And I will let Hakim tell you a bit more about this day.
So thank you, Yasmine. The IDO, International Day of Equal Opportunities, was born in 2015. Why? So in the collective, we come from different countries, and most of people met in France, but you have people in Senegal, in Boston, in the US, in Morocco, and France, Belgium, and so on. And basically, we all notice that in our countries, you have the same issues. For people from underserved populations to get, I would say, to fulfill your dream, sometimes you need to know how you can reach your dream. And that's really important. So in 2015, we created the International Day for Equal Opportunities, which takes place on the 5th of December each year. Why is the 5th of December? Because it's the date of the death of Nelson Mandela, who was one of the biggest advocates for education at the global stage. And actually, this year is 2022. So it's been already 7 years. 7 years, and it's amazing. 7 years, something that is driven by, embodied by volunteers, because everyone in the collective is volunteer. I have a job, Yasmine has a job, some are students, so we do that on our free time, because that's something we're passionate about. And so about this, 3 years ago, in 2019, we chose to open the opportunity to organize this event, and so the IDO became a platform. And basically, what we've done is, using deliberative democracy processes and tools, we created a charter, IDO charter. So if you want to organize the event, you have a charter you have to follow in order to organize it. And we have a website, so a platform where you can register, and you will see every event registered from 2015. Really interesting. Just to give you some scale-up numbers, so we scaled up in 2 years from 5 countries, France, Belgium, Morocco, Senegal, Côte d'Ivoire, to 23 countries, 23 last year. So 2019, 5, 2020, 13, 3, and 2021, 23, 2022, maybe more than 30, we don't know, we'll see. And basically, the aim is really to raise awareness about equal opportunities, I would say, facilitate cross-governmental discussions on the topic, and really offer, I would say, a platform for everyone working for this at the world level. I would like to give you one example. Yasmine is going to give you another example. One example of an event which happened in 2020 in Mali, so West Africa, okay? Mali has been in the news for like a year and a half for some democratical or not reasons, right? Basically, there, it was a leadership program that we organized with 20 young people there to create, to train ethical, responsible, inclusive leaders in Mali. So the program is ongoing right now, and we have the participation of the Minister of Youth and Sport. That's one example of an event for the IDO. Yasmine will give you another one.
Yeah, just to give you another example of what is possible to do in France. So for instance, one of the members, Emre, organized last year in his hometown, Sarcelles, which is in the suburbs of Paris, an event which is an orientation fair where the goal was to present to high school students all of the possibilities, the career paths that exist after high school. And the particularity of this orientation fair was that it was people also coming from underserved background that succeeded in life, that came back to their home, to their city, and shared their experience and their knowledge with the youngest. It was really truly inspiring to see how many high school students came to learn more about their rights, their future, and all the possible choice that exists. Establishing this kind of platform is really important to fight against information asymmetry, but also to give a platform to all of the initiatives that exist so that the underserved people can learn about it. It's not only a necessity, but it is also a priority to have these kinds of platform. And what seems to be another International Day is in fact a really powerful tool that we use to strengthen democracy in France and also in other countries, as Hakim said, because democracy is not only about voting, it's also about enabling all of the people to have the same chances to succeed in life. So this is why Hakim and I, but also many other people, are engaged in the International Day for Equal Opportunities, and I hope that it will have many more countries and events and many more people impacted. But and if you want to join the movement, you can. We are available to talk after if you want. And if you have questions now, we are happy to answer to them. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.